Luigi's Mansion 3 has sold 6.5 million units. It has already significantly outsold Resident Evil Remake 2, which is of course part of the Resident Evil franchise, which is of course one of the most popular horror franchises in the world. A Nintendo game, right? Luigi's Mansion, one that was not all that popular when it first came out, has now eclipsed Resident Evil, and if Nintendo could pump these games out more frequently, like once every 3 or 4 years as opposed to the 7, it would keep going up. I fully expect Luigi's Mansion 3 to sell 10 million units lifetime. It is now a really, really big, impressive franchise, which is very, very interesting for a lot of reasons. For one thing, one of the narratives that the Pretendos came up with last generation, right, in the past couple of years, Dark Moon was disappointing. It was kind of fascinating looking at this while Luigi's Mansion 3 was first announced, and seeing people rally together and seriously trying to pretend, seriously trying to act like Luigi's Mansion 3, Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon was somehow lesser than the original. Now, I'm not going to sit here and say that like, I prefer Dark Moon over the original. Significantly prefer Dark Moon over the original. I think both of them are very strong in their specific areas, but there's no denying that Dark Moon is a really, really well made game, and I downright detested people coming out and seriously acting as if Dark Moon was some disaster, right? Like, you had people like the BitBlock making videos bemoaning Dark Moon's design decisions. You had this weird conspiracy this weird narrative that games with level select screens are somehow terrible. Like, I never understood that. Like, you people. Oh no, this game has a mission structure. It can't possibly be good. No, Dark Moon, compared to the original and 3, actually does have the most variety and replayability, the most backtracking quality, backtracking appeal. Dark Moon is able to utilize its areas over and over and over again because of the mission structure. Doors that will be unlocked in one mission will be locked in another, and you have to find an alternate route. It works extremely well, and I really dislike people who insist that the original and 3 somehow had a better level design. It didn't. 3 in particular, I think, kind of suffers from the fact that there's really no reason to go back to another area when you're through with it. You know what I mean? Like, the original has the booze. Dark Moon has like all this stuff going on. Again, I like Luigi's Mansion 3, but I do think it's debatable, very much debatable, which one of these 3 is the best. And I think that really does showcase the talent behind it. Like, they're all radically different. But I would say I would lean more strongly towards Dark Moon, the second game, and the third one. I do think Next Level Games have significantly improved the Luigi's Mansion formula from the original. I think the original is kind of a bare bones in a lot of ways. It's mostly carried by the animation and the creativity of the world design. I do feel like it was the first Mario game that felt like it was a truly organic living environment, which is very, very important for like the development of the franchise and things like that. And I do love the game a lot, but I don't think, again, it's debatable. Like, that's the key word here, debatable. Like, it should be, you can argue which one is the best, but you have to acknowledge the quality of the rest of the franchise. And I don't feel that a lot of the people that were shitting on Dark Moon really gave that game a lot of the respect that it deserved. A big reason as to why Luigi's Mansion 3 was as good as it was because of the trends that Dark Moon established. And I kind of wish that Luigi's Mansion 3 kept more aspects from Dark Moon, specifically the combat. I think the ghost hunting, the ordinary ghost hunting was the best it's ever been in the original. 3, I love 3. Like, 3 has, like, an amazing level design, but, like, the actual minor enemy encounters are terrible, which is weird because the bosses are pretty good, and the bosses in Dark Moon typically aren't great. It's weird, right? Like there are lots of things to talk about and discuss, and it feels like that simply does not happen with a lot of these Nintendo games. Like, it feels like everyone's shitting on them, like, all the time. Like, it's incredible, like, how people don't bring how people desperately try to discredit games like Super Mario Maker 2 and Luigi's Mansion, while not really acknowledging their strengths and how appealing they can be to a wide range of different people. It is downright ridiculous how little credit Nintendo gets for the quality games they put out every single year.